Mr. Wally of the Medford Library of the Jackson County Library Services, and I'm here today to tell you a story. And today's tale will be of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And this is how the story goes. Once upon a time there was, and twice upon a time there wasn't, a family of three bears. And they all lived in a little house deep in the dark woods. Well, they were a pretty happy bunch. Pretty harmonious little family. One morning, Mama Bear put down in the middle of the kitchen table a big steaming pot of porridge. You know what porridge is, don't you? You know that stuff that kind of tastes like oatmeal? Do you like oatmeal? Well, they did. They liked oatmeal a lot. They had it every day. Well, Mama Bear put down 1, 2, 3 bowls. They all sat down at the table, and she served them up. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Well, Papa Bear, he took a little sneak peek. He found it was still a little bit too hot. So he said, let's go take a walk. It's a pretty day out there. Our porridge will have cooled down by the time we get back. And Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear all got up and walked out the back door into the spring sunshine. Well, about that time, do you know who was walking up the front steps? Bet you don't. Maybe you've met her before, but I don't know. Her name was Goldilocks. Goldilocks, she was a willful child. She did whatever she pleased. Her mother would say, Goldilocks, stop jumping up and down. And she would climb up to something even higher and jump from that. Or her papa would say, Goldilocks, quit eating so many cookies. And she would stick her hand inside the cookie jar, put them inside her pockets and run away. Stick her tongue out. Well, in this particular case, when she walked up those stairs, she walked to the front door of a house she'd never been into before. Matter of fact, she'd never been in that side of the woods before. And she just turned the knob and just went right on in. She didn't even knock. My goodness, what a child. And she walked to the house and saw nobody was there. And then she walked into the kitchen and she sniffed around. Says, my, something smells pretty good here. And she looked up on the table, kind of tiptoes, and she said, there's bowls of porridge there. Well, that walk made her kind of hungry, so she sat in Papa Bear's chair. And she took a big bite. It was still much too hot. Well, she climbed down and sat in Mama Bear's chair. She took a bite. It's already cold. And then she climbed into Baby Bear's chair and took a bite. Oh my goodness. It was so yummy she ate it all up. There was nothing left. Well, she got down off that chair and she felt kind of interested in her surroundings there, and so she decided to walk in the living room and she saw some chairs and said, I think I'm going to take a rest. And she climbed up into Papa Bear's chair. And, it was much too high. It was too much work to get up, and she figured I'm going to get down, and so she did. And she went over to Mama Bear's chair, and she sat. It was much too low. That wasn't comfortable at all. And so she walked over to Baby Bear's chair, and she sat down, and it was like, oh, this is so nice. And she started rocking and rocking and rocking, and she rocked so hard and so fast, chair broke into a million pieces. Well, all that eating, all that rocking, made Goldilocks kind of tired. So she says, I think it's time to go take a rest. So she walked up the stairs until she came to the bedroom, and sure enough, there was 3 beds. So she climbed into the first one. Ooh, it was much too firm. She climbed down, she climbed to the second bed. Oh, it was much too soft. And then she climbed down and jumped into the smallest bed there, and oh, it was so comfy. And she just curled up and fell asleep and started snoring. Well, about the time she fell asleep, guess who came in the back door? You're right, the 3 bears. And they came in, and right away, Papa Bear, he sniffed around and knew somebody had been in their house. And sure enough, he looked down at the table in the bowls of porridge, and he said, somebody has been eating my porridge. And the Mama Bear came around and looked into her bowl and said, somebody's been eating my porridge. And the Baby Bear came around looking inside of his bowl, somebody's been eating my porridge, and they ate it all up. Well, they had to go look around and see if anybody was still in the house. So they walked into the living room. And Papa Bear looked at his chair and says, somebody's been sitting in my chair. And Mama Bear looked at her chair. Somebody's been sitting in my chair. And then Baby Bear came around and looked at his chair, and somebody's been sitting in my chair, and they broke it into a million pieces. Well, now they were worried, frightened, concerned. All those good words. So where somebody is in this house. And they went upstairs. Went in the bedroom. Papa Bear looked at his bed and said, somebody's been sleeping in my bed. Mama Bear looked at her bed. Somebody's been sleeping in my bed. And then Baby Bear said, somebody's been sleeping in my bed, and they're still there. Well, the three bears came around, and they all looked down. The sleeping figure of Goldilocks. Well, with that, she kind of woke up and was pretty startled. She saw three bears looking down at her, and she screamed, ah! And she jumped out of the bed, and she ran down the stairs and out the back door. And she ran, and she ran, and she ran. I don't know if that really ever changed Goldilocks' disposition about the world and life in general, but you know, she was never seen in that part of the woods again. And the Goldilocks story is at an end. Dilly down Dale, that's the end of that tale.